ton of Yu-Gi-Oh! So here you are. In my opinion, this is the best Chaos Max deck for consistency, right? In my opinion, for, well, at least with what's available to me here. So, here you go. First off, let's start off with the requirements I set for first and second turn and percents of it. So, for first turn, I felt like there were 3 requirements. You need to be able to have a stop, put one of your stones in the graveyard, and have some way to set up your hand to draw. So, on first turn, about 70% of the time, I was able to have a stop, and these are out of 20. I should probably have said that. These are out of 20 tries, and 30% of the time I was able to put a stone in the graveyard, and 75% of the time I was able to draw or set up my hand with either a melody or trade-in or even a bingo machine. And next up we have and how many times I met each requirement. So I was able to meet at least one of the requirements 100% of the time. I was able to meet 2 about 60% of the time, and 15% of the time I met all 3 for first turn. And the perfect hand for first turn, in my opinion, is either a Max, some way to summon it, so summon a Chaos Max, so one of your ritual spells, so your Chaos Form or your Advanced Ritual Art, or a Blue Eyes, they're interchangeable, a Melody, so it depends on if you want the Chaos Max or the Blue Eyes in your hand, what you'd do. If you want the Chaos Max, the way to summon the Chaos Max, you'd probably either grab Chaos Max and alternate, or alternate and Blue Eyes, one or the other, and then 2 ways to stop your opponent, and then White Stone of Agents, because the Melody can put that in your graveyard, meaning you'll get your Blue Eyes on the field, and you have about a 0.03% chance of pulling that for a perfect hand, but that's just with all 5 cards. Just meeting the requirements is good enough. And for second turn, I had 6 requirements, and those 6 requirements were being able to put one of the stones in the graveyard, having some way to set up your hand, being able to field Chaos Max, being able to stop your opponent, being able to set up an OTK, and putting alternate on the field. Now, the OTK doesn't have to be for sure, it's just you have the way to force the OTK yourself, so whether it be putting a 0 defense point monster and having your max, or just having 8,000 attack points. Now, if your opponent has some way to stop it, or maybe it's not always going to happen because they might have a defense position monster to stop it, either way, it would count because I just wanted 8,000 damage for if your opponent had done nothing and had an empty hand on second turn. So you'd have 6 cards in your hand this time. So if being able to put a stone in the graveyard, I was able to do 40% of the time. I was able to get a hand set up in some way 85% of the time. I was able to put a max on the field 90% of the time. I was able to have some kind of stop negation, so infinite here, or Snow/Ogre. I mean, not Ash Blossom or Snow, I mean. Or I think I said Super Poly counted for this test as well as a stop in some way, even though I think that was only for first turn. And then OTK, I was able to get that about 50% of the time. and I was able to hit summon alternate about 60% of the time. And I was able to meet at least one of the requirements 100% of the time. Again, 95% of the time I was able to meet 2. 90% of the time I was able to meet 3 of the requirements. Now it starts going downward. 50% of the time I was able to get it 4 of them. 30% of the time I was able to meet 5, and I never was able to meet 6. It is possible, but I have it 0% out of 20 tries. And then perfect hand would be Blue Eyes, White, a Melody, a Devi Ritual Tails Mandra, some sort of stop, like, Ash Blossom or Snow, and then Infinite Appearance would also count. Probably Infinite Appearance can stop the most, but it has to be set on the field, so not as much for second turn. And then you want your creature swap in order to force that OTK. And you have about a 0.01% chance of getting that hand. Now this is just my opinion on the deck, but you can see the deck here. You have Blue Eyes, White Dragon, 3 of them, 3 alternates, 2 Talismandra, 2 Manjus, 2 Candle, 1 Ash Blossom and 1 Ghost Ogre, 3 White Stone of Agents, and 1 White Stone of Legend, 3 Chaos Max, 2 Creature Swaps, Trade In, 3 Melody, 1 Foolish Burial, 2 Bingo Machines, 3 Chaos Forms, 3 Advanced Ritual Arts, 1 Super Polymerization, and 2 Infinite Appearance. Now this is just my opinion. There are definitely other ways you could set this up and go away ads. Alright, and you could probably take out the creature swaps, the super polymerization, make it a little bit more consistent, but this is just most consistent for the OTK here, that I was able to get about 50% of the time. Now this is going to be a super short video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully I'll have more speed run videos soon. See you guys next time.